You all know the story. You, Ryley Robinson, are sent to planet 4546b with a group of others on the Aurora to build a space gate when, boom, the Aurora is shot. Alarms start blaring to abandon ship and you rush to the life pods, quickly strapping yourself in and ejecting. As you fall into planet 4546b's atmosphere, you watch as the Aurora explodes above you like fireworks. Suddenly, your life pod starts malfunctioning and a loose panel knocks you unconscious. Sometime later, you wake up and can eventually repair the radio. You receive countless distress messages, but by the time you find the other life pods, everyone is already dead. Yet, something feels off about this. This game takes place in a world where fabricators can basically craft anything from raw components, and there's a tool that can repair everything, and yet somehow, every single life pod except yours was destroyed, and heck, even your own malfunctioned. No. Something tells me this is more than just plain old bad luck. This is something so much worse. Corporate greed. The quarantine enforcement platform gun in planet 4546b's fauna didn't destroy those life pods. Alterra purposely made them so the occupants inside would be killed, because Alterra wanted you dead. And Ryley's life pod malfunctioning may just have saved his life. Alright, that sounds pretty crazy, but this theory is based on a Reddit post I found, which basically claims that Alterra purposely sabotaged their life pods to kill their occupants, just in case a situation arose where the Aurora crew had to abandon ship, as it would be cheaper to compensate families for the crew members' deaths than it would be to send a rescue mission. And when you think about it, this kinda makes a lot of sense. And this post provides a bunch of evidence to back up this theory. But if you're still not convinced why Alterra would do such a thing, let's compare Subnautica to another story when an astronaut gets stranded on a planet, The Martian. Now, if you haven't watched The Martian, it's this movie about a guy who gets stranded on Mars, so NASA has to try and send someone to rescue him while he's trying to survive on the planet. Spoilers, he does end up getting rescued. Still, NASA has to use a bunch of resources to bring him back, and, well, other than the discoveries they found trying to figure out how to bring him back, him actually returning home didn't really benefit NASA. And that's not to mention the fact that Matt Damon could have died countless times while they were trying to rescue him, meaning that the entire rescue mission could have ended up a complete waste of resources. But if he had just died, well, it would have made for a pretty boring movie, but it sure would have saved NASA time and resources. Now, back to planet 4546b. While it may seem completely heartless to intentionally murder your employees, a stunt like this is definitely not below Alterra. I mean, from the fact that even after Ryley escapes the planet and returns home on the Neptune rocket, they still don't allow him to land until he's paid 1 trillion credits for all the materials used on 4546b. It's clear Alterra values resources above human life. So is it really so far-fetched to believe Alterra would kill its employees to save time and resources? Well, that answers the why, but a theory is no good without evidence, and that's where this theory truly shines. First, let's go over the other life pods. So, the Aurora was equipped with 52-person life pods, but we know that the QEP gun destroyed all the ones located on the starboard side. However, most of the 25 life pods on the port side were able to launch. Yet of all those life pods, only 2 landed floating on the surface, and one of them didn't even land the right way up. Now, before anyone says that this was probably because of the strain of planetfall, you have to keep in mind that in the Subnautica universe, space travel isn't a new thing. So these life pods should have been specifically designed to withstand planetfall onto an ocean planet. The fact that only a single life pod landed correctly would mean that these life pods were either terribly engineered, yet still passed safety inspection, or something else was at play here. And honestly, knowing Alterra, can you really believe the former is more likely? Now, let's take a look at the sunken life pods. If you visit all the life pods, you'll notice every single one has a hole torn out of it. It's commonly assumed that these holes were caused by the native fauna attacking the life pods, but look closer. More specifically, look at the edges of the holes. All the edges appear to be red hot, as if the life pod had come in contact with something that produces a high amount of energy. Like an explosion. Maybe a creature like an anvil or a sea dragon leviathan could do that, but those creatures definitely don't live near all the sunken life pods. And if you look even closer, the metal around the hole almost appears to be bending outward, as if the metal was pushed by something from the inside. Yet, this theory has one major flaw. If Alterra rigged the life pods to kill their occupants, then why didn't Ryley's life pod try to kill him once you repair it? And unfortunately, this isn't something the original post covers. However, I think I've come up with a possible answer, and it all lies within how the repair tool actually works. You see, the repair tool works by reconstructing the object to match its original model. However, because life pods most likely have to pass a safety inspection to make sure they're suitable, then the features designed to kill the lifepod's occupants couldn't have been part of the original design, but rather added on later. Hence, because the repair tool only reconstructs an object to the way it was originally made, this feature wouldn't have been recreated. Also, another big thing that this theory has going for it is that if you check the lifepod storage, you'll see that you're given 2 bottles of disinfected water and 2 nutrient bars. And according to the Subnautica wiki, the player loses 1 point of water every 20 seconds, or 60 points per Subnautica day. And if disinfected water only replenishes 30 points each, this means that the lifepods only had enough supplies to last less than 3 days before the occupant would die of dehydration. And for context, Alterra tells Ryley a rescue mission would take 99,999 hours, or 11 years. Clearly Alterra never really planned for their lifeboats to keep any stranded crew members alive. So, there you have it. Planet 4546b didn't kill the Aurora crew, Alterra did. And the fact that Ryley's lifepod malfunctioned is the only reason you're still alive. And hey, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so if you could subscribe, it would really help out a lot. But that's it. So yeah, bye.